Oh, so professional. As the hours dwindle of your broadcast, it's nice to know that you still care. All right, here we go. Hello, and welcome to Test Pattern, a podcast about people and their relationship with movies. I'm Angus Truskett, and each episode I am joined by someone that I admire to talk all things film and get to know them through the movies that have shaped them. Today I'm joined by a comedian, broadcaster, and one of my favorite people, Concetta Caristo. You might know Concetta as the current co-host of Triple J Breakfast, not for long, really dating this episode. The winner of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, or you may have seen her on The Weekly, Guy Montgomery's Guy Mont Spelling Bee, and plenty of your other favorite comedy programs. Or if you're me, she's the person on the other side of the desk at work. I am lucky enough to work with Concetta, but more importantly, I'm lucky enough to call her a genuine friend. She wears her Italian heritage proudly, very proudly, despite never having been there, and has somehow still managed to rub shoulders with the likes of Margot Robbie, Zendaya, Billie Eilish, Amy Poehler, Olivia Rodrigo, and Paul Rudd. So please welcome to Test Pattern, the Alibrandi of Australian media, Australia's sweetheart, Concetta Caristo.
I have tears in my eyes.
I knew that would happen, but I didn't know it would happen a minute 10 in.
Holy, that is really kind. Of all the bios to have, no, I'm realizing my socks are inside out. Okay, anyways.
Okay. It's not a video podcast. We're old school.
I shouldn't have said anything.
No, say it. I like when people reference images or something on their phone without explaining it. I like feeling left out by people.
I just want you to know I'm a flawed character.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's what that's about. No, Gussie, like that really hit really hard. It means a lot to me. I feel the same about you. I feel so lucky to get to know you and admire you too, and that just meant a lot.
We don't have a ships in the night quite relationship, but we do you do host a show that you have to be at work quite early.
Yeah.
And I saunter in much later than you. And so, but we do have a very few crossover hours.
Yeah.
And they're great.
They are.
I love it. It's like very Wilson from Home Improvement. I see your little head peeking over the monitor, and sometimes I won't know you're there because my monitor's high, and they are they do obscure, but it's just nice knowing that sometimes you're there. Absolutely.
I know. I really think about that of like, you wish this job could be, for me, more social and more kicking back time, but a lot of the time in my role, it's not, and I have to be locked in, but in those instances where we get to like riff and chat and you're making me laugh, they're like always the highlight of the day. I think about when we were like, what was it? We were doing like Silly Buggers on Photo Booth or some shit. That was like my background page. And I just stare at that and be like, oh my God, that's what the heart of this place is. The people that you get to work with and have silly moments with.
Like a 14-year-old girl with a new laptop, we discovered Photo Booth, and we would just spend hours putting on like the bug or the alien filter, and taking turns like moving your head so your eyes would get ginormous, and just laughing so much, probably developing like eating disorders without knowing.
100%.
100. That's why you had it as your wallpaper. You're like, I can't look like this.
And I just always, you're always making me laugh, or I love it always feels like stolen time or something, or like on borrowed time when we get to like riff, and I'm always feeling like I'm in trouble or I should be doing something else, but it's always the best when I get to come over to your side of town and hang out or like sit next to you. It's like really the best, so I'll miss that.
Oh well, we got to make the most of it.
100%.
While we're still able to do it. I'm just concerned about which deadbeat's going to be sitting opposite me once.
That's so
actually,
true.
Maybe someone
neighbor.
already know.
So true.
Just a game of chess, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I thought about it too, and I do think, has anyone ever called you Australia's sweetheart before?
Whoa.
Because you are kind of on all mediums, radio waves, podcast app. You were in like 40 podcasts last week, I think, and New Year's, like you're kind of everywhere.
Isn't everyone everywhere though? Don't you reckon?
I'm not.
Okay.
This isn't filmed, as we say. Like, I'm trying to do the opposite.
Well, I would love that. I mean, to be a sweetheart is that's like the highest of high.
Not a lot of people can say they've been that. And I can't, like, I'm trying to think of someone who can, like, who has been Australia's sweetheart.
What about like The Bachelorette? Like, That could that
But they don't host a national breakfast show.
So true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's very few people get to that position.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if anyone's...
Maybe like Miff Warhurst.
Oh, she's
strikes me as
sweetheart
somebody,
vibes.
but you know, with the Spicks and Specks era, like somebody who's kind of omnipresent, and you're never sick of them.
Oh, that's so not. Yeah, you'd be in the maybe. Yeah, I was gonna say the minority. There's a chunk of people who would not be sick of me, and what I've come to learn and to also embrace is that there's people who are sick of me from the start. I mean, that's what doing Triple J Breakfast, like the biggest thing is it teaches you of you go from being a niche Sydney comedian to being force fed to the entire country on a national show, and you just learn like if you're ever going to be anything or anyone, even big, small, there'll be people who like you and people who fuck with you and people who don't. But it was just the biggest scale of that happening. And obviously Insecure, you was like, oh my God. But then you kind of go, nah, it's actually sick. Like,
was that hard to learn?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Having that classic text line drama of people being like, shut up, you whining, all those things like that is hard to stomach in the start, especially when you're like learning on the job exactly what to do.
And it's not like you're learning to a small community network, like you're learning to a country.
100%.
Hearing you on the tools, learning to ride a bike essentially in front of the whole world.
Absolutely. And I also think you're coming off the back of someone who like you like it's they've got to know someone else, so you're stepping in the shoes of something, so people are adjusting, and that's its own thing. There's
nothing quite like it.
There's nothing quite like it.
But you'll be hanging up the headphones, I believe you could say, or taking off the mic sock in June?
End of June. June 26th.
Financial year reasons? Is that why? You're trying to save the receipts?
No, I think it's just mid-year. You've got mid-year and end of year.
That's so true.
It's kind of the what's the word, that like the good lining up of endings.
The tentpole. Yeah, okay. So a mid-season exit.
A mid-season, yes.
Yeah, kind of like when Steve Carell left The Office like halfway through.
Did he? I never finished it.
Yeah, so in your mind, he's still there. He's still the boss.
That's correct.
That's kind of nice. He never left.
I think the show's still at its peak.
It did fall off when he left, yeah. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Are you watching Rooster?
No, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's just good to see him, you know.
It is, isn't it?
Happy to see him in stuff.
You're like, I'm glad he's getting paid a lot of money still.
Yeah, he's very watchable.
He is. Hey, there's a reason why he was in 7.5 seasons of The Office.
Totally.
Now, Concetta, do you remember when we first met?
I assume it's a meet cute at Triple J.
No, not quite.
Okay.
But the first time I met you was at the premiere of our mutual friend Henry Stone's short film, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Yowie at the Chevelle.
Pissing me off. Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, you were also the belle of the ball that night because you starred in that film. You were the lead actress, I would say. It was also pissing down with rain. I remember getting a park and having to walk like a kilometer there. It was my own horror story, but that's where I first met you, and it was I think you were being ushered around the room and stuff. But no, you started as, I guess you could call it, an amateur filmmaker.
Yes, correct.
And what do you remember about making that film?
I remember it being so exciting to work on something like with a narrative and like, you know, versus just being in little sketches for things. Like it felt really cool to like work with people I really admire, like Henry, who's like a professional, awesome director, and then Cameron James, one of the funniest people I know, and he's he's a lead in that, and then obviously doing it with my boyfriend at the time, Ben, like that was really cool of like the playing the couple when you are the couple type thing, and then, you know, we like went away for it. I remember it just feeling like an amazing experience and just enjoying, honestly, like acting. I really think that's like something that I really want to do, and I hadn't gotten to do a lot of it since. So I think it holds a very nice place in my heart of like with friends and getting to play in that kind of world.
Did you have much so for those who haven't seen it, it might be online, I think, but it is a kind of comedy film about you and your partner in the film are like doing like monster themed OnlyFans type of thing, right?
Yeah, it's like, it's sex, it's porn vibes.
It's straight up porn.
Straight up porn vibes. And And the theme of it is like, it's like with yowies, and it's a bit like mythical. Like, what would you call that? What's the thing? Fetish? Maybe that's a fetish.
Yeah, it's like mythological creature fetishism, something like that.
Yeah, and then
I'm saying as if I've never. I think it's something.
And then Cameron James, he's like, we run into him.
That's right. He's looking for something, right?
He's like thinks yowies are real, and then
Henry's
we
like a
befriend him.
doomsday prepper whose penis comes out in a scene.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then I guess we're using him to like find yowies, and we're pretending that we believe, and he actually believes. And I think that's the big crux of it. Is like he finds out that we're making porn. We don't tell him that we're making porn, and it's very.
I mean, we've all been there.
We've all been. It's very Henry Stone, Cameron J vibes.
Yeah.
Really like a bit quirky and like, I don't know, like niche, but really great character stuff from Cameron James, like being a big freak. It's all, and same with Henry.
Hey, same as you. Don't sell yourself short. You're
I
a big
played it
freak
real.
too.
I played it real.
Yeah. No, that was my first impression of you.
Wait, so sorry, we met there. Was I not at Triple J then?
When did you start Triple J? 22?
End of 2022.
So that was mid 2022. I just did some research and checked my invite that Henry sent me.
Guacamole.
So I remember seeing you in the foyer, being introduced to many people.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I was like, there she is.
What did you think of it?
The movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. Again, friends with Henry, friends with Cam. So very on brand for anyone who has spent time with them.
Exactly.
And I've spent time with them behind it, like never with a camera in sight.
Yeah, awesome.
At least that I know about. And it's always, it was great.
I can't believe that's such a beautiful meeting story for us.
In the foyer of a cinema.
In the foyer
and
of
now
a
look
cinema.
at us. Now
And look at us.
That's why I wanted to bring it up.
Oh
you know?
my God, that's
I'm
awesome.
going Zane low on you.
Please go Zane low on me. What a thrill and an honor to be Zane load.
My accent isn't as fine, but we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Concetta, what was the last thing you watched? Film.
The last thing I watched was Before Sunset.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Devil Wears Prada too, but I imagine that... Wait, no.
Wait, is that...
Well, that was Tuesday.
You're so right. That's a lie.
But no,
okay, Devil Wears Prada 2.
Okay, no. Which one would you rather talk about?
To be honest, Before Sunset.
Okay,
I'd rather talk about that with you.
Great. Let's talk about that. Tell me about it.
Okay, so I've been seeing someone you know, a lovely boy, and I think we're both very romantic, and so we've been like in the romance era of like listening to songs, watching each other's favorite films. So I showed him When Harry Met Sally.
He'd never seen it?
No.
Amazing.
And
one of the perfect films.
Right?
And one that hits even harder now in the wake of Rob Reiner's murder. I watched that film the day that it broke, that he died. Like, that to me is like perfect film.
It's a perfect film.
Yeah.
And his response was really great. He was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And for him, he was like, I want to show you these movies Before Sunrise, and I watched that, and then the last one was Before Sunset.
Sunrise is the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like 90 minutes. It's such a banger.
It's a banger. And so I guess for anyone who doesn't know, it's like the story of like a guy and a girl meet on a train. They're both traveling, and then
Europe, Berlin? Are they in the first one?
Yes.
I think it's Berlin?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they like spend 24 hours together on this trip. So it's very like a film set in this like one day of like they spend the whole day. It's very like cinematically beautiful around Europe, and they're like walking and talking, and it's so romantic about them like falling in love, and then it like ends with them like parting, but they love each other and they agree to like meet up again in like
That's
a year.
Right. And then, Ethan Hawke is like peak hotness.
Yeah. And he's like not hot but hot.
Yeah.
Which is some of my favorite types of hot.
So sorry, they agree to meet up in a year.
I think or maybe it's 6 months or something. And then the next movie, which came out 9 years later, is set in like 9 years there.
Sunset?
Before Sunset.
Yeah.
And that's the 90-minute one.
Have you seen that one? I haven't seen that one. I've only seen the first one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Gussie, I thought you would crank these movies.
Well, much like you, I don't want like Steve Carell to leave the office. I don't want Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke to leave the 90s.
Yeah, totally.
No. I have no excuse.
But it's really romantic, and they like meet up again, and so he's now. Is this spoilers?
No. It's like a 20-year-old. Like one's moved on and had kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the other one is
one of them written a book about their experience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And and again, it's like another like 24 hours or like not even less. They just spend a couple of hours together before he has to fly, and they're sort of catching up about everything. And it's clear for both of them, it was like they're realizing how important it was to each other and how much they still care about each other. And it was so perfect and so beautiful, because I'm someone who loves walking and talking. I think it's the most romantic thing that you can do, and that's what these movies are. It's like walking, talking porn.
Yeah.
So,
you're privy to conversations.
Yes.
You're hearing romance blossom.
Yes.
You're hearing. It's weird going back, because I watched the first one only like quite recently.
Wow.
And I remember my mother renting it when I was younger and being bored out of my brain, because I was like, this is a movie about people talking on a train.
So true.
And now I'm like, this is a movie about people talking on a train. And it's like brackets, like not derogatory.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's like, oh,
complimentary.
This is complimentary.
Can I ask what you thought of the first one?
I love it. I think it's perfect.
Way? Yeah.
It's so funny when they just run into those two like Berlin guys.
Yeah.
And
They're like, come to the play or something. Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. I don't know why I haven't watched the next one. I love Richard Linklater. I think it's awesome.
And hearing about how it's based on a real life experience he had.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, literally. And then he made the movie, which is like, sorry, it's like he made the movie to get to find her again. And she was dead.
Isn't that insane?
And if I may say,
well, where's the movie about that?
I think in the sequel, like
so
him writing the book to find her, then mirrors what he, you know?
Oh, so that, okay, I gotcha.
What inspires me about this is like, as someone who is very like shares my life and very like what I find, my art, it just comes from my thoughts and my life and whatever, very like personal based. That's to me like the top tier of art, of like taking something from your life and making it into something like that's like
a story that other people can.
Yes.
So you've been doing stand up for many years now. You have been telling stories about your life. A big part of your humor, as you kind of just touched on then, is your vulnerability and letting people in. Have you ever been, I guess, not swayed or ever entertained, and I'm sure you have, the idea of taking that vulnerability in those stories and perhaps even those shows to a format like a film or like a book or like television? Like, what's that process look like?
Oh my God, it's my dream.
Is it really?
It's my dream. My dream is to like write a rom-com one day, because they're so formative to me.
I mean, that is what the world needs most right now is a rom-com, because they're few and far between.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Have you ever like have you literally thought about it?
I've thought about them. I've had one idea for one premise, but like it's that big lofty dream that honestly, like, it's something I'd want to work on post Triple J, like really like taking the leap of like building something long form, which is so funny because it's the opposite of radio, which is very like fast paced, throw it away,
reactionary,
yeah. Which has been really fun for a stint, but part of it is like I am gagging for the opposite. I'm gagging to sort of pour into something that's has longevity and is intentional and really like take time, which is sort of what I was doing before when I was like working on my like one woman play type shit. But yes, that's the dream. That's something I want to do. It's make a rom-com. Then I have that show that's sort of like the sort of coming of age story of me like running away and moving to Perth. That's something I've always wanted to, had the vision of making into a TV show or a movie or a short, like absolutely. But it feels like so big and scary, but that's something that I'm like, no, I have to attempt this. So that's why I say these movies really touched me, of like, to me, I'm like, to take something that is so personal and then share it. And then for it to, I just think that's so amazing and exciting.
So you just mentioned perhaps the gold star of rom-coms, When Harry Met Sally, but what makes a good rom-com for you?
That's such a good question. What makes a good rom-com? Damn, I mean, I think it's got to be, maybe it's got to feel like, I don't know, great chemistry, great writing. It's got to feel real, like, I don't know, because my other ones I'll try and remember, like Wedding Singer to me is a fabulous rom-com.
Yeah. One of the best.
One of the best, right? That's one I could watch over and over and over again.
Julia Gulia. Just one of the most real and saddest realizations of like why a marriage won't work ever is because you've got a dumb sounding name. It's so good. Very formative film for me.
Really?
Singer. Yeah, soundtrack, everything.
Soundtrack, look, cast.
Yeah. Top 3, Adam Sandler, I think easily.
100%.
Robbie Hart, what a guy.
100%. And I'm trying to like, what makes that one so good? Like, I don't know, like, what makes a good rom-com? And then When Harry Met Sally, it's hard for me to say. What would you say?
I think you've got to be invested in both characters.
Good
I
shout.
think that's one. I think it can't be... Otherwise, it veers into... And see, that's why before Sunrise works so well, because you are invested with both. I think if it's one-sided or you only empathize with one of the characters, then it kind of becomes almost like a completely different genre, like almost like a college one where someone wants to like date a girl or date a guy. Or I think the sign of a good rom-com is the equal part of it all. I think that's what makes it good.
Totally. I also think like the parts that hit for me is, I think about When Harry Met Sally and like that part at the end where he's like, why I love you. I don't know. There's just got to be these moments or like very thoughtful, intentional moments where you see the relationship
that's a very
build.
Believable relationship,
Totally.
that film, because you see them like hating each other, which isn't to say that every relationship should start hating each other, but you see, them being obnoxious in front of one another. I think and there's an X factor in that movie, and that I love the fake interviews with couples
that
sprinkled
actually
throughout, and I'm just like,
oh,
this is different. Like this is your film's hypothesis in these. And I think that's such a beautiful sprinkling throughout the movie. 100%. A perfect film.
It's a perfect film. And it elevates it.
100%.
And it doesn't come out of nowhere, and it feel, what's so funny? I've read the script.
Really?
To work towards like maybe writing something myself, I was like, well, I've got to be reading scripts.
Yeah.
And I read the script, and it's really interesting because in the script they had multiple vignettes like chopped together, breaking up but I like that they made it one couple at a time that
I did too.
Return to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just so cool.
Because you're kind of like, is this them older? Or and obviously it's not, but you're just kind of like, oh, it's everybody has these meet cutes, and they're kind of looking back, and the rose tinted glasses are kind of being removed in the flash. Well, not in the story. We're kind of seeing it. There are no rose tinted glasses. We're seeing like the ugly side of it, and amazing movie.
Would you say Bridesmaids is a rom-com?
I would 100%, but I do think that's a different beast. I guess when I'm thinking rom-com, I'm thinking the more meet cute one, but of course there are so many types, not like The Wedding Singer or When Harry Met Sally, and Bridesmaids is for sure, but that's just also like, I would say above rom-com, that's just like pure comedy. It's like the funniest movie of the last like 15 years.
Totally.
No, I'd say that's just like, again, a genre we don't get enough of either now, which is a bummer, and I'm glad that you're here to single-handedly fix that and also reinvigorate the Australian film industry.
Oh my God, that would be the dream.
I would be so happy to just watch a Concetta Caristo written, directed, and starring rom-com. I think that's such a brilliant idea, and it suits you to a T.
Really? That's so
100%.
lovely. That's the dream. Well, what I was thinking about? Amelia de Moldenberg. Lots of people would know her, and for Chicken Shop Date, she's literally like
she's in The Devil Wears Prada too.
She absolutely has a cameo in The Devil Wears Prada too.
She's working on one. Amazing.
Yeah, and I think that will be interesting because it's giving like new generation, young, like. It could be something that, puts rom-coms again on the map. Like, I'm very interested if somebody like worked in, that very classic interview form and really like built this thing and then being like, just watching her also be like, no, I want to make a rom-com. I don't know. That's kind of exciting.
I saw her. She was also in Industry this year, just in one scene. She just played like a journalist asking a question at a press conference. And I was like, oh, that's Chicken Shop Day girl. Yeah, really, flapping her wings, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Her deep fried, battered wings. Chet, where did you grow up? And is there a movie that reminds you of where you grew up?
I grew up in Strathfield, which is the outer inner west of Sydney.
Very close to where we are now at Test Pattern Studios.
100%, you're right. And I was thinking about this. I'm like,
did you have a sister? You have a sister.
I have a sister. Yeah.
Was there like something that you guys would always watch, or something that you shared with her?
Yeah. Oh, okay. We watched so many movies growing up. Like, Dad was a big movie guy, so we were always watching movies together. Really, like, so funny. Like, very particular to like my dad's. Like, I'm watching the Mothman Prophecies. I'm watching.
That's a crazy movie as a kid to me. Is that the one with Kevin Costner?
No, it's
Which one's
what's
Mothman
that guy?
Prophecies?
And he's white head and he's in Pretty Woman, and he's
Richard Gere. That's
Richard Gere vibes.
It's Richard Gere.
And I'm watching
no.
Wait, no, what's the one? What's that? Donnie Darko, and I'm watching like, you know.
So you're watching twisted movies.
Watching twisted movies.
That's crazy.
Crazy. And then, you know, a classic, that's right, where When Harry Met Sally came from, just like those kind of movies. And then I'm also watching with my sister, like, we loved the Mary-Kate and Ashley movies.
That's really funny.
Yeah, like the New York Minute and then all the other ones. Like,
what's the one when they're on a cruise ship? Or
yeah, what's the one where it's in the Bahamas? It's my favorite one. It's called like Island in the Sun. Holiday in the Sun. And then
the Weezer song Island in the Sun plays.
100%.
Yeah. So I remember working at a video store as a teenager, and that film was out, and there was a big sticker on it being like, features Weezer's Island in the Sun, and it's like Holiday in the Sun. I remember that.
Sick.
Yeah. I remember that being like a selling point to the film.
That's so
Is that why you
cool.
always play it at work?
100.
Is it really?
Well, that's all it makes me think of, and it's so funny that other people have another reference for that song, whereas I'm like, you're not thinking about.
You're like, not the Spike Jones music video that was a seminal song. No, you're like, no, it's
no, Mary-Kate and Ashley's early twin movies.
So would you see yourself in those films getting up to? Because they were quite mischievous, weren't they? But they were always like well-meaning.
Totally, because they're like twins, and we're not twins, but we're sisters, and so you're gonna imprint yourself like very much the New York Minute. I'd be like, my sister, Francesca, you're the messy, crazy rock one, and I'm the type A older, and like
it helps you distill and navigate life if you have characters to bounce yourself off.
Absolutely. So I think they're the movies we'd watch. But when I think about, there's no movie that like specifically Strathfield, but classically looking for Ella Brandy.
Again, a stone's throw from where it's set right now.
Wait, where was it filmed?
Well, it's set in like a lot of it's set in Haberfield, and a lot of it was shot around here in Leichhardt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's just like Italian Australian Girl. That's the one movie I think of.
Is it safe to say that Josie Alibrandi is your favorite Italian character in a film, or would you say there are others? Like, because we have obviously the Mario Brothers films, the Godfather trilogy. Have you thought about Italian representation in cinema often?
Yeah, I think I should think about it more, but I would say yes. Especially because it's like Australian vibes, which is very exciting and unique and cool. But what else have we got? I'm trying to think what else growing up, like for Italians, I would think about. Like, wait, what did you say? What other movies?
Mario Brothers,
yes. And no, The Godfather. I mean, I did feel an affinity for The Godfather.
Did you really?
Even though they're all mafia people.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, isn't it? That the easy way to depict Italian life and equal box office was for a time to tell stories about the mafia.
Totally. And I know that's bad, but I was kind of like, God, our culture's like a little bit cool, like the big weddings.
Oh, it's heaps cool. Horses' heads.
You know?
You kidding me?
Yeah, just a little bit that. Obviously, there's a lot of bad stuff in there. Not that I do not endorse, but just, again, seeing Wogs on screen. Happy to see it.
Is there a movie you've watched more, you would say, than any other film?
I think they're ones that I've already told you, which is Wedding Singer, I'd Be Cranking, and also Bridesmaids. I think they're the main, and When Harry Met Sally, definitely. That's just and I was gonna say classically Love Actually, sorry, but like that's your Christmas movies because they're always coming on. Your Lampoons, I think those are movies that I'm seeing over. I'm always happy to see them again.
I was, I guess, reticent to embrace Christmas films for a long period of my life, but I'm so glad I gave in to the cheer because I love the seasonal, like, oh, it's this time of the year again. Let's watch X, Y, Z.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Elf.
I think it's so, Elle. And the good ones are great. Like the Holdovers, I would say, is like the newest
the Holdovers is amazing.
Edition. And it's so nice that there's like new entries to the canon. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. God, the Holdovers rule. I've only seen it once, but
incredible movie.
That needs a rewatch. That's a very special movie.
It is, isn't it?
God, Paul Giamatti's. We're lucky to have him.
We are. Italian?
Oh yeah, I'm claiming him.
Is there, out of those movies you've just mentioned, is one like one that you quote? Is there one that you quote more than any, or one that just slips out of your mouth? I mean, I know there was one the other day in the office. Actually,
I was gonna say, to the question of what is my most quoted movie, I realized this. It like struck me like a bolt of lightning. Yeah, but it's Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, the first, second, or just the whole thing.
It's kind of both together. Yeah. I always, there's this line that I have. It plays in my head all the time, and it's when the three of them are replying to, I think it's Demi Moore's evil character.
So the second,
I think it's the second.
Full Throttle.
And they're like this, on the DeSoto case, we know. They all say it, and I don't even know what it's referencing, but it's just, it's like a voice recording. It's like plays in my head. I love it. And then I have a friend who's got a great ass, and there's the whole like part of this is like Drew Barrymore's character always falls for the bad guy, and the bad guy and her like had a tumultuous relationship, and then they're
Played
also
by
trying to
Justin Theroux.
Justin Theroux, like again, like in his
as a
prime,
like Irish,
an Irish
bad guy.
naughty bad guy,
Yeah.
and he like and they dated, and then like he like remembered her like amazing ass,
Helen.
and then and I love it. I remember the scene where like she dresses up as a page boy or something, and you know they have incredible costuming in Charlie's Angels where they can play a completely different person.
It's
and
80%
he like
of
looks,
the fun is what they're wearing. Yeah.
And he's looking at the ass of the page boy, and then it comes up later in the movie where he's like, I know that ass anywhere. Like I'm saying that to my friend, she has no idea what I'm talking about. Obviously, you know, saying good morning Charlie, consensual, 100% consensual. We can like drop in her saying that if you want.
Bernie
like
Mac or Bill Murray?
That's so. Are you saying like which one's better?
I mean, yeah. Which one would you rather, if you were say an angel? Which Bosley would you rather be kicking it with? Because I know that Bill didn't return for I think personality reasons.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I think he and Lucy Liu reportedly didn't get on well.
I feel like Bernie Mac is like funnier and like warmer. So I feel like
you need that.
I think I need that.
I think I would need the Sisyphean task of getting approval from somebody, which I like a lot. Bill. So I would like to work hard for Bill to like acknowledge me.
I'm worried
2 months into it.
If I did that, I would have a crush on him 100%, and I'd make things messy.
But yeah, and with Bernie, it's just strictly ribbing. Just
yeah, totally. Because we'd be like warm and on the, we'd just be like fast friends.
Both great answers. I mean, both. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Like Bernie, I miss you, Bernie.
You know what? This is making me. I want to watch them again. That would be another movie that I could watch every time, and they're movies that meant so much to me. Like the part at the end where you're watching the outtakes and they're like laugh, and I'm being like, this is the dream. Like watching outtakes where like people are friends and they're having fun and they're like laughing together. It would make me cry as a young girl and make me go, I love being a woman. I love women. I love female friendship. These are the best movies ever invented.
Do you think there's like, this is a free idea, by the way.
Okay.
Could you do a whole movie of outtakes and then the credits, you just kind of rush through the movie?
Yeah.
That would be pretty good, wouldn't it? It's kind of like Jackassy or something. Like you just see people breaking all the time and you're like, what is this?
Yeah,
and then at the end you kind of get a 90-second as a like Smash Mouth song's playing or some like Pink song, and then that could be interesting.
Oh my god. And how about Pink? Pink in the soundtrack. Some of the greatest movie soundtracks, the Charlie's Angels.
What song's playing when they're at the dirt bike track and they're like shooting and Crispin Glover's there and it's a Pink song and it's incredible.
It's so good.
It's a formative scene. It's not Party Started, is it? It's oh yeah,
real good time.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
think
really good time. Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Feel good time, something like that.
And they're like, I remember the bullet hitting the bike tank.
So
yeah.
Sick.
Damn, I got to rewatch these. They're very formative films,
right?
Yeah, Sam Rockwell dancing in the first one.
Come on.
That's right, because is Drew Barrymore dating him in that?
Yeah,
she's got a type.
She's got a type, and I also think about. I'll never get this out of my head. It's not quoting it, but there's the scene where she's again with the bad guy and he like shoots her and she falls out of the glass
hits the
window.
Glass next, and then she's naked when the kids are playing video
naked,
games.
She sees the kids, and then she has to borrow their clothes and she's on a little bike riding to meet them. And that outfit that she wears, I can't tell you how many times I've Googled it to be a reference for like how I dress.
Oh, really?
And I'll be like, I'm dressing like this, and I can never find it. Is
that something that's conscious? You're wanting to dress like that? Because I was going to ask too, is there a character or a film that is like ever completely dictated your wardrobe or a look of yours where you're like, fuck, that person looks like, you know, the analogy for a certain film guy was Ryan Gosling in Drive, where like, you know how people wanted to own that jacket, be autistic, not talk, and just like look cool. Did you ever have like a moment watching a film where you're like, oh my God, that person looks so amazing, I'm going to try and figure out what it is that they're wearing or how they're carrying and work that into my life?
That's a really great question. Firstly, to the Drew Barrymore, that look, that's not intentional. That always just happens to me when I throw on a baggy shirt and I've like put together this outfit and I go, I'm transported to that scene.
I know what you mean.
And then in terms of a movie where I tried to dress, This is so funny. This is like a cheat answer, but let's say the Sex and the City movie.
One or dos? Uno or dos?
Maybe uno.
Yeah. Not in Abu Dhabi.
Not in Abu Dhabi.
No.
Well, I was gonna say I can't think of a movie. It's very Sex and the City is the medium or the art that has made me like I want to dress like that.
Yeah.
So then I cheat by saying the movies. I can't think of a movie that's made me be like that's the fashion. And what's the go as soon as this podcast will end and I live my life, I'll think of something.
Yeah, I mean maybe your film.
Maybe
would be
my
the,
film.
The film that people want to start dressing like.
Oh my God, that would be the dream.
What was your first Drew experience? Was it Wedding Singer or Charlie's? Or was it just kind of one and the same for you? Because that's like peak Drew Barrymore for me, I think, in terms of what she was... Like when she used to act, I mean, I'm happy that she has like a talk show, I think. But I do miss Drew.
Totally.
Doing lines... No, not those lines. I know that she also had a problem with that. But
Yeah.
I miss Drew.
What was first for me? Charlie or...
I think Wedding Singer for me.
Yeah, I think that's tough. I reckon, potentially it's Wedding Singer. But she's like one of my favorite actresses of all time.
Yeah.
And she to me is like what I would want to be like as an actress. Like I love the movies that she's in and I don't know, there's just something about her where I just think she's so special. And I also think it's special that she can then carry like a talk show. Like
It's insane.
It's insane.
And like she's a child in E.T.
Exactly.
And you're like, oh, she's been doing this forever. Like,
Totally.
yeah, incredible parts are sad, but incredible story.
Totally. What else would we say is up there? I've got to be honest, I haven't seen that one where it's like her and an older woman and they're like and they
Boys
live
on the
in
Side?
No, the one where they're in a mansion and
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's something I need to watch.
She's in Batman Forever. She plays Sugar. There's Sugar and Spice. They're Two-Face's girlfriends.
Yeah, right.
And she's wearing
I
like
haven't
a
seen
fluffy kind of sheer a nightgown type thing.
Oh.
Very formative. She was
come-
in a real trashy like erotic thriller called Poison Ivy.
Damn,
I remember.
I've got to watch it. Do you know what one I also love that she's in? He's Just Not That Into You.
Oh, you know, what about her and Sandler post Wedding Singer? They also had 50 First Dates.
Oh, that's pretty fabulous.
Yeah, that's. I think that's like a good B.
It's a good B.
rom-com. Like Wedding Singer is obviously A.
Yeah.
I'd put that with B. I mean,
I'd put
I
it with
love the
B.
destination setting. I love the Hawaii of it all.
Totally.
It's just a little goofy.
It's a little goofy, but wouldn't you say what Sandler and her have is just special?
It's unique.
It's
It's complementary.
and it's kind of then what's that other one they do where it's like a blended.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, for me, if I think something is good, I'm like, I'm happy to have more of it. I don't care about it being, it's never going to be Wedding Singer, but it's the fact that these two have such a relationship and a chemistry. Give us more. And then also when you get to watch Tonight shows, like they get to talk about, and like we're winning, we're eating. This is like show business. This is movie magic. This is OG movie stars type shit.
We're overdue for a Sandman Barrymore
I think so.
rom-com.
Get her back.
Get her
like,
back.
Right? Like she's out of her acting era, but I don't think forever.
I think she'll do it for Sandman.
Totally.
This is sometimes annoying, but also it can be flattering when someone will say, oh, you remind me of this. But has anyone ever said to you that there's a character that they remind you of or an actor? Is there someone that you get a lot? Or are you like a unique snowflake and that's never happened?
Okay.
Which both are fine.
Okay. And you mean in vibe, right? Not in
Yeah,
looks?
anything. Yeah. If someone's
Okay.
like...
I know this is like so embarrassing to say after everything we've said, but someone has said maybe Drew Barrymore vibes to me. I can't
that's
remember
why
who.
I asked. Well, I was picking up that vibe myself.
A little, that's one. And then that's maybe, I don't think there's any other actor that people like, you give her vibes. But I will say this on a mic officially, but I had two different women send me a screenshot of Salma Hayek in a really sexy movie. I've never seen it, but
From
she's
Dusk
like,
Till Dawn?
it
She's
might,
got like a
does she
snake
have a
around
bikini
her?
and it's like a brown kind of,
Yeah.
and both of them were like, I will say they preface by saying I scrolled past this quickly. They weren't lingering, but they scrolled past
okay
it
if they weren't
quickly
lingering, right?
and thought it was me.
Is it this? And it's crazy that I'm just pretending
Oh my
this
God.
isn't safe. Is it like that style?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great movie.
It's the greatest compliment I've ever seen, and it's the
Wow.
dream.
Well, there's the episode art.
Yes! But
Have you
that's
not seen From
completely
Dusk Till
visual.
Dawn?
Nah.
It's
Should
fantastic.
I see it?
Have you seen Sinners?
No.
Oh,
That's
okay.
literally I need
It's
to watch Sinners.
Sinners took a little from the plot in a way. It's George Clooney and it's This is the funny part. Quentin Tarantino are brothers.
No
It's by
way.
Robert Rodriguez, written by Tarantino, and they go to a Mexican strip club called the Titty Twister. And at night, all of the dancers, Salma included, are vampires.
No
and
way.
there's a priest there, and I remember as like an 8-year-old watching it. It was so formative. I probably shouldn't have been watching it, but I just remember there's a priest there blessing condoms filled with water, with holy water, and they're using them as like grenades to fight these like.
This sounds incredible.
It's an amazing movie, and she gives a dance in it, and then becomes a vampire, like this like beast. It's really great,
dude.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to watch that.
It's great. And then Sinners is a very different film, but also has this turn halfway through where it becomes this kind of vampire.
Oh, I'm so excited to watch Sinners. I'm so behind on the latest Oscar. Like, I remember, what's that one with Teyana Taylor and...
One battle after another.
I remember Jack James so early being like, Concetta, you need to watch this movie, you'll love it. And me being like, hang on, babe, action, what makes you think of it? And he's like, no, trust me. And I trust Jack James.
Did you watch it?
No, I'm telling you, from still back then, I have to catch up on that. I have to catch up on Sinners.
Well, we saw Weapons, which was a great hang.
Sick. We
And I
need
remember
to
you
do
and
that
I sat
again.
next to each other, and
Yep.
I'd seen it before, but I jumped in a scene and sent my popcorn flying that's a testament of a great film.
I would do anything for us to watch another horror movie together with our Triple J family.
I'd love to do that. I mean, the filmmaker Zach Cregger, he has a new film coming out this year, Resident Evil, based
that's a
off
big-
a video game.
Yeah,
So-
that's what it is. I'm like, why do I know that name?
But I mean, I think we should go see that.
Let's tee it up.
I think we need to tee the fuck out of that.
I don't want to be ever alone and seeing a horror movie. I only want to be
Really?
with other people. Yep.
Yeah, you kind of get desensitized if it's alone. I think there's actually, I find myself getting caught up in the I don't know.
Desensitized. What do you mean? I'd be terrified. I would not be able to cope.
I think just because I watched so many in my youth, and part of it was doing film school, and another part was, I guess, a mental exercise I did to make myself less scared would be like going, oh, there's a guy standing there with a light. There's a black.
Genius.
It's not, because it ruins.
Yeah. It does.
You know what I mean?
But also it's survival.
It's
because
survival.
You're trying to save
I was
yourself
dissecting how things would happen, but I do like being with a crowd where I can not be as hyper focused, let's say that, and then I can let myself go,
Yeah.
and then get scared genuinely rather than break down why they're doing it.
That's right. That's what's nice about it. It's
do like
shared.
the-
Fear shared is better than alone.
Fear share? Oh my god, that's deep.
Damn.
Write that down, somebody. Maybe I will when I'm doing the episode notes. If someone ever asked you, a dear friend, a family member, or even a stranger, and said, Concetta, I'd love for you to recommend me a movie, just a singular one that best describes your taste, something that means a lot to you. It mightn't be the best movie. You might have even mentioned it already, but
Yeah.
what are you picking?
Okay. I definitely think it's like it would be truly like one of the either a Bridesmaids or a When Harry Met Sally, but you know where my brain also goes, and I say it because it's a little bit off, but I really loved I don't know if this is real, but I think so, but the movie Meet Joe Black.
Oh wow.
I know it's crazy, but it's
is
sort of a bad and really long movie, and I don't know if I would actually recommend it. But there's the meet cute in that had such a power over me,
Really?
and the fact that no one watches it makes me sad because I'm like, just watch it for this, of like just capturing when you meet someone and you feel that it's really special. It gave me, I think why I love rom-coms is they're so hopeful, and I'm such a romantic, and
So
that's
break
why
down Joe Black. That is, he is a dead. What's
Yeah.
is he a medium? It's
Yeah.
it's Brad Pitt.
yeah.
And is Anthony Hopkins in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, so you're watching a family, and Anthony Hopkins is the dad, and then like he's got kids, and it's like towards his like big birthday bash. I think it's, I don't know, is it 60
Right.
or something? It's
Brad
like
Pitt's death, isn't he? Is
and
he
yes,
death?
and Brad Pitt plays Death. But what happens is like you see a meet cute at the start, and then you get to meet Anthony Hopkins' character and see this family. We're all planning for this. This guy's lived a big life, and the kids, there's 2 daughters, and they're like planning daddy's big party. And Anthony Hopkins, like one night, is like visited by Death, literally. And the premise is Death wants to experience life. Death
Wow.
wants to like have a day being
Does he
alive.
fall in love with one of his daughters?
And he falls
right?
in love with one of the daughters. And Death takes the body of the guy at the start who had the meet cute with Anthony Hopkins' daughter. So I know there's a
So
lot
Brad
in
Pitt
there.
like possesses.
Yeah,
Brad
Death
Pitt's
possesses.
body
Yes.
is.
And
Wow.
so Brad Pitt plays this guy at the start and then plays death. And then Anthony Hopkins is like mad at death for falling in love with his daughter and being like, you're going to break my daughter's heart, blah, blah, blah. And then the ending is like, should I not spoil it? Like, I think
No, spoil. I need to watch it.
Okay, you need, because it's crazy, because there's like
I know from the trailer, which lives rent-free in my head, I think a lot of that has to do with, it might have played before a bunch of movies I saw when I was younger, but there's a bit where I remember he's trying peanut butter. He's like, what is this, peanut butter? Or something like, and he's got quite a proper tone. And then another thing that I know about this film, which is obviously when he is in hospital and he speaks in Patois to one of the Jamaican, there's some women there and somebody's dying that they love, and he's like, everything gonna be all right.
No beer, sister, no devil, no dopey. Everything gonna be irie.
Or something like that. And Brad Pitt's like, it's one of the most amazing out of context, like one of the most pulled up YouTube kick-on videos ever. So they're the only two things I know. He loves peanut butter and he loves being Jamaican. And I'm like, they're two things I really like too.
Then you're going to love this film. But I think it's like one that's probably important to me because like, I think again, a lot of my movie taste was shaped by my father who and they would put on movies and it would be like teaching me about life. And
here's Donnie Darko. This is what happens if you meet a giant rabbit one day.
Exactly. You need to remember this.
The Mothman Prophecies. If ever, I think it's about a conspiracy theory or he sees like some crazy shit.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you.
Is that how you won the jungle? But was it the Mothman Prophecies 100%. And Donnie Darko in the back of your head the whole time?
But I don't know. It kind of like grapples with like life and love and like being and savoring life and it, I don't know, there's just like a lot in it, and clearly it's like not done well. I don't think it's ever had a good review, but it had an impact on me, and so I would recommend it so that other people have to see it and then be like, what's something you got out of it other than the patois? I'm
going to report back. I'm adding
serious?
it to my
Dude, you're going to obliterate it.
See, what I love about that, what you just tapped into then is this age, like so that was 99. I don't know how old I was or how old you were then, but there is this thing that I think we're quite far away from it now when we're living in an era where any film that you kind of want to watch or television show or song, it's kind of readily available. And, your father was a cinephile, and I'm sure that you grew up with films in the house, but you only grew up with his films.
That's right.
You didn't grow up with an algorithm that everybody is having this collective thing. And what I love, what you tapped into then, is when you said this film isn't necessarily beloved. In fact, it's probably the opposite. But when you're kind of surrounded by a finite amount of media or art or something, that's the ones that kind of shape you. Yeah. And you're kind of immune to this new horrible kind of world we are living through where everything is immediately has to be gratified or Rotten Tomato. You know what I mean? I really, really do miss this kind of situation where we're just exposed to your experience is different to mine.
Yeah.
Mine is different to yours. And I think that's really beautiful. And there is something nice about sharing stuff collectively, sure. But I love the fact that movie speaks to you because it's such a real answer. It's not this thing that 20 people can share because it's so precise to your situation, your age, where you were, what was available.
Yeah, wow, thank you. And I really think that I've never really been interested in like rating, it's so funny because I've been honestly getting back into movies in this journey of like what's the word? My new relationship. Yeah. And it's really nice because I guess I'd forgotten like I love movies. I like love watching stories and it feels like reading a book. Like I just feel like I'm gaining life. I don't know what the word is.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, I think movies and books and anything, sometimes people ask me like, why do you love movies so much? Like it's not real. But I do think they are such a unique tool for us, and much like books, songs, anything where you're immediately transported into somebody else's shoes. And I do think that engaging with all of these things does make you a truly empathetic person.
Yes,
because you do consider how people feel or how people think that you never would before.
Absolutely. I really think it's in the way that when you read books you become sort of more worldly in a way. Like absolutely, that's with movies. Like how could you not? You're seeing all these different point of views. And I really think about, when I think about movies, I think about growing up in Strathfield in our house and we had like 4 or 5 black, the DVD stackers, and I wish I could be transported back, and I wish I could take you and show and pull out the physical DVDs. That's how I consume movies.
Because it's sad that there's just kind of nothing like that now.
Totally.
Like, we used to be able to show off our taste or show off our book spines or just something, and now it's kind of all in a little box, and
totally
there's something quite unromantic about that, which is why CDs, vinyl, these things are having a huge upswing again in sales. I think that's really nice that there's a younger generation who do think there's something quite romantic about displaying your preferences in art. I miss it.
Oh my god, totally. And if I can say, I'll be so excited to hear what you think of Meet Joe Black, and we'll be able to talk about it. That's what matters to me, not about like, would you give it out of 5? And like, what thing was crazy to you? What thing did you love? What thing stayed with you? Like,
so the reason why I remember that movie is when I think it's a 20th Century Fox film, and this is before Star Wars was sold to Disney. It was, for some reason, the trailer for Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which was the first Star Wars movie in like 26 years at that point. 16 years, sorry. The big return of Star Wars by George Lucas. The trailer was attached to Meet Joe Black, and it was before YouTube was around. It was 1998 or 99, and so people would go watch Meet Joe Black over and over again and leave just to watch the Star Wars trailer. I remember that being...
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What trivia? Holy shit.
Yeah, so I always think of it as... And maybe that happened to me. Like, I haven't seen it. I do know that. But I do know that I'm pretty sure I paid for a ticket to watch it. And which is a bummer. I wish I watched the rest of it.
Oh my God. And also, I think the soundtrack really made an impact. It's very beautiful. When I want to think like big rousing songs about like feeling in love.
Wow.
It's got a great soundtrack.
And Brad looks great in it.
Brad looks great. Come on.
It's a bit of blonde
situation. You don't know
situation.
Watch sexy young Brad? Like, don't tell me that's a chore. Come on,
and
guys.
Sexy old Anthony Hopkins.
And sexy Italian actress who we don't see anymore, but she's beautiful. Like
in Meet Joe Black.
Yes. It's criminal.
This is where having a producer would be great, so I could yell at Jamie.
Yeah, they can yell it out.
Jamie's pulling it up right now. We are talking
Jamie.
about just vamping a bit. Oh, Claire Filani.
Yeah. Check her out. Like very.
Yeah, check her out. Anyone ever send pictures of her to you going, thought of you? Didn't linger, but kept scrolling. Claire Filani, great actress. I think she's in the movie Mallrats from memory.
I don't even know that.
She was in Industry this season.
Are you joking?
Big return.
That's I gotta watch Industry, dude.
You do, yeah. I talk about it way too much.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's nice to have passions. Chet, is there a film that you would like to hang out in?
Oh my God.
Just something that looks, I don't know. I guess hang out makes me think fun. Somewhere you're like, damn, or I'd fit in so well with these crazy people.
Oh my God. Okay. I will say that, I'm sorry I keep bringing the same movie up.
No, this is what this show's about.
Visually, for me, in the way I feel about Seinfeld, where I'm like, if I could just dive into Seinfeld, I would do it 10 times out of 10. That's how I felt about When Harry Met Sally. I was like, I want to be there. I want the way it looked, like that kind of old timey, like America, like, I don't know, is it New York? Is it like
it's New York?
Yeah.
I mean, they drive from Chicago to New York at the start, from the college.
There's something about that 90s New York.
Oh, it's 80s.
80s, 90s. Give it to me.
Ghostbusters gives me that feeling.
Oh my God. I'm like it's so funny. And I grew up, I remember the girls in school who loved musicals and they loved New York, and they would have I Love New York stickers, and I remember being like, get real, like that's so cringe. I fully remember judging these girls.
With your I Love Italy sticker. You're like, what the fuck are they on about?
And then I go to New York once with my family at 16, and I go, they're right. These fucking bitches are right. New York is everything it's cracked up to be.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that's the one that I would just love to be in. But I guess that's not like.
No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. It doesn't have to be fun. It's just like, what would you slot yourself into?
I would. And wouldn't you say the same? Because we're both like, we love Seinfeld. Wouldn't you? Would you say that about Seinfeld?
Oh, 100%.
I can see you and me literally living in that and just living it up and having the best time. And
so one of our big bonding points is Seinfeld. Yeah. And it is a seminal text for, we're like 10 years apart. And what I love about that show is that it is a seminal text for people of so many ages.
Yeah.
Do you have a Seinfeld actor's performance in a film that you like the most? Because I remember kind of knowing them all obviously from Seinfeld first.
Yeah.
And then seeing them in films. And it's like seeing
It's
a
a wig
relative or it's like seeing your mum or dad in a bus while you're driving past. You're like, oh, I've never seen you. Like, why are you there?
That's
like,
so funny. Do you know what comes to mind?
Yeah.
When Jason Alexander has a tail in, is it Shallow Hal?
yes. Oh my God.
So
yeah.
funny. That's crazy. When I think about that, I'm like, wait. And then also when he's like in Jurassic Park.
No, that is Wayne Knight.
Oh no, that's Wayne Knight. Yeah,
That's my favorite one.
Is
he
that your
plays Dennis
favorite?
Nedry,
Yeah.
and he's kind of the deadbeat who's sneaking the dino DNA off
That's-
the island in shaving cream cans. And he just plays like a pathetic piece of shit in it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Jerry, not that great. He's
Has he done any movie?
like B movie and the Pop-Tart movie.
Okay, what's really fucked up is like I kind of like the B movie.
That's okay. But he's like not in it, obviously.
He's not
it's his
in it,
voice. But
but
he's in it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what other movie do we have like that? A lady
Where-
falls for a bee, right?
Is there a reason why that wasn't your answer when you'd like to hang out in a movie? What's his name? Barry B something. And she wants to like bang the bee, right?
I think she wants to bang the bee, or like her relationship's not going good.
It's
so
not
she's
at all.
considering the bee.
I always think of Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Christmas Vacation as well as the yuppie next door neighbor.
Oh, wait. Is Christmas Vacation like a Lampoon movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, damn.
The one with it's actually set at Christmas. It's the one with the Christmas tree, where they're home for the holidays and the Christmas lights. But she plays, it's pre-Seinfeld, and she plays the yuppie next door neighbor to the Griswolds.
I gotta watch that. What I've just seen her in is her and Will Ferrell in that remake of the
Force Majeure.
Yeah.
And how was it? Because they're both great.
They're both really great. I'm happy to see it. It's obviously like, you know how like America like loses tone of something. Like what makes that Force Majeure so special is just the
Frenchness of it all.
The Frenchness of it all. But I think it's cool to see her like, she's just so cool. Like she broke out of the system. She can do a dramatic performance. We've got Will Ferrell. Like the fact that these two icons like marry, I'm happy to see it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see this movie. What's funny is I watched it on the night before my best friend from high school was getting married. And like, I think she thought it was going to be like a fun, funny movie.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's probably one not to watch before you're committing It's like putting on the drama before your wedding night, which I'm not sure if you've seen.
No, I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. It's like going, let's watch this one.
Totally.
I love Zendaya.
Big
and then being
bummer
like,
for her to be watching that.
Yeah.
Really not.
Now, The Wedding Singer, on the other hand.
Would have been fabulous.
Yeah.
So, bit of a bummer, but
I'm taking your friend's surname was a nice match for her new surname for the...
You know what? Is she taking it? I don't think she's taking it.
Modern.
A modern
I mean,
woman.
it is a
We
period
love to see
piece,
it.
The Wedding Singer. It is set in the 80s.
Oh my God. We should watch that together.
I'd love to. I
would-
watched it last year again during a big Happy Madison wave I was on, but I'd love to watch it.
When she's on the plane and she hears the song,
Yeah.
it's shit like that makes
Billy Idol.
And you know what makes it good? When everyone's helping them.
Yeah.
When
They're
you're
pushing the cart down the aisle.
It should be a movie that you're like, love is real, and like everyone's
Now you
like,
get tackled because of 9/11. If you tried getting
That's
up
right.
during a flight to help somebody, you'd be tased.
totally like
Billy Idol would be put in the brig. Like,
that's so true. And like Love Actually, like the running through, please
Wouldn't
for
be allowed
love,
to.
it's not happening. You're
9/11
done.
took a lot from us, including the skyline from When Harry Met Sally.
Do you think in my rom-com that I write, like maybe I can just like write it in this fictional world, but like people actually let you? They actually, just for me, they let me through.
That's the rom-com rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like Notting Hill a lot in terms of rom-com. I'm just thinking.
Remind me that Notting Hill.
That's Julia Roberts is a famous movie star, and
yeah.
Hugh Grant is just a guy that works in a bookshop, and you know she's like, I'm just a girl standing. Yeah, and then she runs into him and they start dating. He doesn't know who she is.
That's so romantic.
Yeah, it's
love
like
that
a
one.
reverse Cinderella story.
Yeah. One I hated of Julia, I must say, that I couldn't get on board, My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yeah,
I just didn't get it.
She's
I was like,
kind of mean in it.
Yeah.
She's trying to break up.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like this, and I'm like,
It's a strange film.
it's weird.
She looks great in it. I had an affinity for 90s Julia Roberts last year.
What a run. A
when I
gazelle.
was in Europe and I just downloaded all of her films from like Pretty Woman onwards onto an iPad and was just watching them while I picked a subject. It was her, and I was also near Notting Hill, so I checked it out and then felt an affinity. But 90s Julia Roberts,
so cool.
She became my phone wallpaper for
really,
a bit.
as she should.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, stunning.
Pretty Woman too, I think, is a pretty fabulous classic.
I'm just saying it. No, I must have removed it.
Wait, right.
I demoted her.
Oh, in all the parts. Yeah. You can swap your wallpaper.
Yeah, I think, I looked a little creepy.
Would you do a Drew? A Drew Barrymore background?
I'd do a Salma.
Yeah. Salma, let's crank that.
Is there ever been a film that so many people have spoken about, it has so many accolades, but it's never clicked for you?
Okay, I'm sorry, but it's like Lord of the Rings and like Star Wars and shit. Like that's Marvel, all this stuff. I just go, am I missing something? Like I don't know about them. Like I just can't really get into the fantasy of it all.
Hey, no biggie. That's
Is that
fine.
bad?
No,
I feel
it's not bad at all.
Out on the outs. But also I haven't like tried to rewatch it recently, but
if it ain't clicking, don't watch it.
You know?
Yeah, no. I mean, look, for some people, it's when they came to them.
Yes.
Star Wars is very formative to me.
Yep.
I remember watching that as a toddler onwards, and it's just been kind of this guiding mythology for my life, which sounds so corny, but it really did prepare me for coping with death. A lot of it's not my own.
That's beautiful.
But it prepared me. You know, it gave me archetypes of people to then help navigate life, like good people, bad people, friends, found family. And it is a very seminal text because I think I came to it so young and it is so universal.
Yep.
And I'd say the same is for those other ones, though I do think it is head and shoulders the best out of them all.
Yeah.
Of what you just mentioned, just because it kind of is an original text. It's not based off books. It's not it's just kind of this pure cinematic thing. But it is bigger than movies to me. It's just kind of helps me. It sounds so stupid, but it's how I navigate life.
No, I think that's so
I'm like,
beautiful.
this person's a blah blah, because there are so many. It's kind of like it wrote the book on cliches.
That's awesome. I just think about when I came to them, it was my older cousins, putting them on the TV. I'm talking Lord of the Rings, I'm talking Star Wars, and all I remember and they remember is me being like, "Who's that? And what's happening right now?" And they would laugh at me.
Well,
and
it's
be
complicated because everyone's related. Everybody's
so much is happening. I'd be like, hey, and they'd be like, "Shut up, Concetta! Like, be quiet!" Like, like I'm ruining.
So you
it
have
for
trauma for getting into those. I get it. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm like, sorry, but I'm like on a different speed. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, huh? And they're like, and so that's my memories of it. So I think I'd do it again. And I also felt the same when I watched, sorry to keep bringing up TV, but when I watched
Bring it up. This is, I watch a lot of movies on TV, as do you.
But when I would watch the Sopranos, which is something I'm like, I love and I should love, it was a very bit, I'm like losing track of things and being like, I need to take this again.
When did this happen?
This was like maybe like 7 years ago.
Just didn't click.
I just found myself being like, I need a pen and a paper. I need to write who's who. I need to not take a break. I can't like come back in a week and I'm like, who's Giovanni? Like, what happened that last step? Like, just when there's a lot of things, I'm like,
I did a Sopranos watch like 6 years ago during like the first big lockdown during COVID and stuff. And it is kind of considered the great like modern television show, but it is so interesting watching it through a modern perspective where like binging is now how people consume stuff, because it doesn't follow, I guess, the formulas that we're used to now. Like a lot of things are just mentioned, not shown. Like it is something that is, I would imagine, for like a newer, younger audience, it would feel, I totally see where you're coming from. You're like, wait, whose name is that? What are they And then things that don't seem significant are totally. And no, I know exactly what you mean.
I feel like the time for me to watch it would be a COVID lockdown where I'm going nowhere and doing nothing.
I watched like 2 or 3 a day. I'd go for a walk and watch The Sopranos, and I ate so much Italian food.
Dude, that is my dream. It has to be like short, like a short moment in time that then I can come back from, of like re-enter social life, and also like not just eat carbs because they make me so sick, but like that is that would be the dream. I would have to be eating Italian food. I would have to be going all day
I was
crazy, living it.
Yeah.
That would be it for me. Then I would be like, okay, everything's firing, and
it clicked. I was
does
locked
that make
in. It was
sense?
almost like
I can't half-ass this.
It was
I
an
can't
optional opt-in Stockholm syndrome. All I would watch
So
was The
happy for you.
Sopranos,
So
and
happy for you.
I loved it. It was one of the great moments of my
That's
life.
what a moment in time. you
Yeah.
know?
The Sopranos, fun fact, I share my birthday with the first publication, not the year, but the first publication of Tintin and the first episode of The Sopranos airing. I'm like,
it sort of speaks to your aura and like how powerful you are. That's so special.
10th of January, first issue of Tintin ever in like 1919 or something in
Jesus.
Belgium newspaper, and Sopranos was 99, I believe, or 97 on HBO. And I'm like, I'm in good company.
And your birth.
And mine, somewhere
So
wedged in the middle there.
Really
Somewhere
special.
in the middle.
So special.
Do you know do you share your birthday with any famous people? Or famous Italian families?
1st of August. I feel like Halle Berry I've seen in
Goodness.
like, maybe she's like the 2nd or the 3rd, or maybe it's the 1st. But I can't think of anyone else famous on the 1st. I feel like it's not that popping, but I do, classically have the horse's birthday, which means all horses are sort of bred and born on the 1st.
Is that just a thing?
It's like a thing where like, I don't know, I think they'd be breeding them to something.
Really?
And then like they're born on the 1st. And literally we did it on the radio show where like I spoke to a horse on my birthday.
How did that go?
It was sort of challenging radio.
Yeah.
I don't know, send shockwaves. It didn't.
Kind of like the socks at the start. It's kind of like you just got to believe you.
Yeah, it wasn't neighing like we hoped it would. It did crunch into a carrot.
I mean, it's kind of all they did on Mr. Ed,
But I like to take risks in radio and just sort of, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, you're going to fail, you're going to win, because again, people are sort of background listening, people are listening to minutes at a time. Come on, just like let it happen. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday. And to you and all of the horses.
Yes. Oh, sorry. That's my
okay.
phone.
No, that was fun. That was a good moment. Feels like a moment we could slip an ad in, actually. So you've never been able to click to the Lord of the Rings, the big. Is there something that on the other side where something, maybe you already mentioned it with Meet Joe Black, but something that you've come to and it is so derided by so many people or so hated, and you're just like, nah, man, I love this shit.
Yeah, dude. So yes, that would be Meet Joe Black would definitely be up there. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like I have so many movies like that people are like, that's shit, but I love. I'm trying to think in like the kids' world, like a movie that I was like,
it's almost like they're immune, aren't they? Yeah. Like, because they are that thing where, well, you were 6 when you watched it, and so.
Oh! Are you ready?
Yeah, of course I'm
so
ready.
glad my brain clicked into this. Okay.
Yeah, hit me.
It's the movie with sorry, Master of Disguise.
Oh yeah, starring Dana Carvey.
Yep. That is like so cringe to so many people. It's again a movie that has heinous reviews. I can't even. You would know more history than me. Like, was it after SNL for him? Like,
it was after SNL. Yeah, it was
trying to be a movie star or something.
Well, it was 2001 because the legend goes the towers did fall during filming one day, and they spoke. They paused filming. I don't know if it's an urban legend, but it is something that I've read so many times. And again, if Jamie was in this goddamn room, I'd ask her to pull it up. But no, it is post Wayne's Worlds 1 and 2. It is post SNL. Dana Carvey wanting to make a movie for his kids, I believe, which is a lot of famous people, actors, comedians do that. And
so
I
beautiful.
do think it is misguided a lot of the time. It's just like, just go home. If you know what you should. There you go. Dana Carvey confirms rumor that he was in Master of Disguise Turtle Club out. You know when he's a turtle?
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
When doing 9/11 prayer. So this is...
Stop it.
Yeah.
Actually, stop that.
So he was on a podcast hosted by David Spade and confirmed that he was wearing the Turtle Club. And for those that don't know, you should definitely just imagine the fattest, baldest idiot ever. And that is he's a turtle. He said, I was in the Turtle Man costume on all that day. And then they said, we're going to have a group prayer about 9/11. And it would have held everyone up for half an hour getting all that prosthetic makeup off. So he kind of did it's kind of that's what that movie is known for now. That
wow.
Yeah, and 9/11 does keep coming up in today's
really
episode.
It does. That is some legendary trivia, sort of like you can't script it, in the stupidest, silliest costume of all time, dealing with one of the biggest moments in history, one of the darkest days of the universe. That makes it even more special, and why I'm so excited to shout it out as a movie that...
All I know is Brad Pitt, Patois, Dana Carvey, Turtle, 9/11.
I'm sick and twisted.
You have such amazing reverence for so many films that are known for things outside of the film itself.
It's literally so dumb, this movie, but it's so dumb, but like...
So what is the plot? He's like a spy?
Oh my God. And if you want to talk about Italian representation, they are an Italian-American family.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. And I think it's like this Italian-American family, and like they literally like run a pizza shop, and then actually you find out like the dads are like high up the chain in this like crazy weird spy conglomerate, and they're like saving the world from this like evil guy like farts.
So I just found out the name of Dana Carvey's character, and I'm not sure as a non-Italian person how if this is kosher. His name is Pistachio Disguisi. Is that? I don't know. I didn't know Disguisi was a. Did you know any Disguises in the village near where your family grew up? Are they?
Yeah, famously that's from the South.
So he plays the South. Yeah. So he plays Pistachio Disguisi, a man who follows in the footsteps of his family legacy by becoming a master of disguise.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
And he didn't even know from his last name. It was sitting right under his nose.
No.
His history.
His turtle nose.
Yeah. And then like it's pretty much like the joy of this movie is like he does it's giving SNL in a movie. He's doing 1 million different costume changes, characters, voices that are stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
And me and my sister grew up watching this movie with all of our family friends, and it was like blowing our mind. Italian, of course.
Yeah, fuck Alabrandi. This is the true Australian Italian.
And if you want the most quotable movie when I'm 15, it's this.
Oh, really?
Where literally, are you not turtly enough for the turtle club? I mean, seriously. And they do like a Jaws. There's like a Jaws reference in there.
Of course there is, because it's a 30-year-old movie at that point that his kids wouldn't understand.
And so, oh my God. And so I think that is a movie that like I will have reverence for forever and would be happy to like watch on, but also at the same time be like, this is so cringe and stupid and dumb.
Do you think if you put it on now it would hold up, or are you scared to watch it because it might, Turtle Club back in your face?
I'm scared to watch it, but I know that I'd be laughing for sure.
Pistachio Disguisi?
Yeah.
It does sound like a hate crime, doesn't it?
Yeah, really.
It's kind of like how the human in Ratatouille is called Linguini.
Is Dana Carvey Italian?
I don't know. I don't want to speak for the Italian people on that one. That's one that you should definitely dive into.
Okay, I'll check.
It's one that I thought you would know.
Yeah, sorry.
But no, Pistachio Disguisi.
Pretty awesome. So
looking for Disguisi. I like that it's a family business too.
It's really...
Do you think like, we learn that people, like the surname Shoemaker comes from someone who made shoes. And do you think Disguisi was like a name that then they were like, well, we have to disguise? Or do you think they were like no surname for a while, but always dressing up, and then the Disguisi came?
Or I actually think it would have gone... Disguisey first, and they were like, we should probably be doing disguises. That's what I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
That's destiny, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I believe in destiny.
Yeah.
So
does Caristo mean anything?
Nah.
No, just not disguising.
I don't think so.
Dressing like a teenage boy in Charlie's Angels? That's a disguisey in a way.
That is a disguisey somehow. It disguises my femininity and toy body.
Now, the Turtle Club or the...
Damn, I wonder if anyone listening to this has seen this movie.
Oh, I believe so. Yeah, I would say absolutely.
I feel like you've got classy listeners.
Oh, I don't at all. They're all my friends. They're actually not even my friends listen to this. So no, maybe you're right. Maybe they are classy. I'd love to. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to watch Meet Joe Black. Master of Disguise, I might get put on a list if I throw that one on by myself.
I want you to watch that.
If you start watching it at work, I might stand behind you and like glance, and that's probably the best way I could do it. Just for not like having rumors started about me.
Yeah, I'd have to watch that on my last day, so no one so I can just be gone when everyone talks about me and bitches about me watching like one of the worst movies.
Really, I would. I'm now thinking it would be quite interesting to put together a film festival of films that were impacted by 9/11, like being shot.
What whiplash for everyone.
Yeah, I just think it shows that the show must go on.
Totally.
You know what I mean? I think it's a positive message.
I actually think so.
I think it's like, look, while the terrorists did win that day, the Total Club was still open. The doors did not close. And nor will they ever close because laughter comes first.
Totally. And that's like why I do what I do. Comedy. I'm like, sorry, that's timeless. We need it forever.
Thinking of, I was just thinking then we're talking SNL, and famously there was I guess you could call it an SNL tinged all-female reboot of Ghostbusters in 2016. If that trend didn't prove to, I think the current political state has ensured that there are no gender-swapped reboots coming anytime soon, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
But if, say that Master of Disguise opened up, I mean, yourself included, who could you see in a gender-swapped Master of Disguise? Is that something you'd be willing to do? Would you spend hours under the prosthetic makeup?
I think, yeah. I think I'd be crazy not to say yes.
One of those real pinch me moments. Is this what you're talking about when you said you're leaving radio because you have the opportunities that might come your way?
Yeah, maybe.
The gender swap
I
Master
can't
of
say
Disguise.
whether or not that script has come across my desk. I'm not at liberty to say.
Wow, watch this space. I was hoping for a scoop, but I guess we'll have to just skirt around it. Do you have a favorite SNL movie? Like, and when I say that, I mean like movie with. Because what's your relationship with SNL? Was that something you watched a lot? Because
you know what SNL is to me? It is Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, Fred Armisen, and what's the hot one? With Olivia. Come on now, he's the jock one. He's so sexy.
With who?
You know, Olivia Wilde.
Jason Sudeikis. Ted Lasso.
That's the only era I was ever interested in.
Sure.
The only clips I was watching, it's kind of Kristen Wiig vibes.
Because I only ever saw it via clips because we didn't really get it here.
We didn't get it here. My family, they weren't like cranking SNL, so I didn't grow up with it. Then like there was that golden era, but like I think I just had access to YouTube. I didn't know how to like pirate shit yet or whatever. And then now in this age, I'm like, nah, it's got floppiana, like not the vibe.
Sure.
And I'll only, so it's like, I love SNL because, as someone who like got into improv is how I started everything. SNL is like the place where you go. That's where a lot of like improvisers and character work at people like, that's their god tier. So it's like that. A lot of
Second City people end up there. A lot of Upright
totally.
City.
And also Will Ferrell is the other person where I'm like, he was my
so many
favorite
people
actor.
we've mentioned, like Adam Sandler, like so many people we've mentioned have popped up.
So true.
How did you get into improv?
I got into improv through, so when I was doing my third uni degree after like doing Sydney Uni, then ran away to Perth, did a uni degree there, then we came back to Sydney and I enrolled in UNSW, and each degree got more artsy as I got more.
So was the first degree?
Freedom. The first degree was economics, and that's when.
Which isn't that artsy, unless you're like a clever accountant.
That
right?
was like arts is off the table. This is like dad's still in the picture vibe. So that's economics. Then when we ran away, I think I was still brainwashed into believing like, I need to do something distinguished. So I did
breadwinner
law
type shit
and journalism, which is like a bit artsy.
Concetta.
But come on.
No, but this is insane. I've dropped out of several degrees.
And honey, I'm doing law being like, I just knew I'm not supposed to do this. This is so good for so many people. Like what a career to do. Like this is insane, but not for me. And then when I came back to Sydney and I was like, okay, now I'm doing art. So I'm literally like doing arts, but I've got business to keep things safe. In this arts and business degree, I was doing, an art subject. So I did drama or like introduction to acting. And so I'm doing all this acting stuff. And I remember being like, acting so wanky. But I met a great group of people of like five of us became like a little group, and they were really funny and awesome. And there was this one guy, Lyndon, I always shout him out. He was so funny. I think I had a crush on him because he just made me laugh like nonstop. And he was like doing theatre sports, this thing, which is pretty much like short form games, which is based on improv, making stuff up on the spot. And he was like, you're really funny. Have you heard of theatre sports? And I was like, no. And he was like, you should do it. They do jams, which is like where you go and do games and you practice with people over at Sydney Uni. And he was like, you should do it. And so then I went along with him.
Were you like an SNL fan at this point? Were you
Great
into
question.
comedy at this point?
I think I was definitely into comedy.
I mean, obviously Master of Disguise left an impression on you,
Of
but
course.
outside of that.
I definitely think I was into comedy. I just loved memes growing up. I loved comedy movies. I I was the funny person, like class clown vibes. So I loved being funny. So I think, I just followed that of being like, okay, I'm going to try this. So then I went and did jams, and then I got to learn the art of like making stuff on the spot. And then I joined, and then you could do like a competition that would be at Manning Bar at Sydney Uni, and you'd join in little groups, and then you'd perform and try and win. And then through that, I heard about improv school, and I was like, I really enjoy this. I want to take this seriously. And so I enrolled in improv classes at Improv Theatre Sydney, and then they had 5 levels, and that was where I literally like found a passion where I was like, this matters to me. So I would just be working.
How old were you?
I was probably early 20s, and I was like working and doing uni. I was doing uni and working and doing improv, and then eventually I dropped out of uni, and I just committed to improv and trying to perform and working retail. And it was the scariest thing I ever did, was dropping out of uni and then like having to tell my family, and especially my dad. Like that was like I kept it secret for so many months, but then kind of through therapy vibes, it was kind of like, you're allowed to live your own life. Yeah. You're not in danger anymore.
You're so young too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is the idea of you, because now obviously I've only known you on that side of your relationship to comedy and performance. Was the idea of you being on a stage, is that like something that would have shocked younger you, or is that just something that's like, oh, that's a no-brainer, like that's where I would be?
That's really interesting. I reckon it was maybe because I loved public speaking, and
which is the opposite of so many people who are young, right? They shake. You see people shake.
Totally.
I mean, not even young. Just people are very scared of public speaking. So that's so interesting that you weren't.
Yeah. Well, I guess I think I would have been like, oh, it makes sense to be on stage. But just for how I grew up, where it was like the arts wasn't encouraged. It was very like, it's just the classic like, what's the word? Migrant ethnic.
Yeah.
Like then
watch Mothman Prophecies. Do your homework.
Go to uni. Do your homework.
Yeah.
Get a good
job.
Get a good job. Get a good degree. That's
sacrifice your enjoyment and just
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think that would shock her of like not having the freedom of choice. Would be like, holy shit, she's doing it.
Incredible.
More in that way, less in the like. Yeah, I reckon I loved, if I'm doing a speech at school, I'm like so excited to be on stage. If I'm like doing a presentation, I love being in front of people. Like I enjoy drama.
I mean, you host a show every morning.
Exactly.
Like you are performing, dare say right now.
In a way.
But
I'm being so chill.
You are.
You're getting like just surreal me.
This is so beautiful. This is a you I know.
Yeah.
This is a you I see on the other side of the
totally
desk.
Just two friends chatting.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I think yes and no, being surprised to be doing this.
Do you think the stage for you and for what type of art you want to create is at the natural space? But because you have spoken before, earlier you mentioned that, the idea of scripts or film is something, but is there something about the stage that kind of gets the first port of call for you in a way?
I think what's cool about the stage is that it's that immediate connection, right? It's face to face. It's like in a room. It's very like electric and special and immediate, and you get that instant sort of feedback and gratification, and it feels very like
it's a text line that you mentioned before.
Yeah, totally. But then like the stage, what's so exciting, and again, I started improv and I loved improv so much, but then I only went to stand up because
Yes, Anne?
Yes, and well, because it was like improv doesn't have the same like legs to get you places that stand-up does in like becoming a comedic like person. So
because it's like a group thing, I guess, where stand-up is by yourself.
It's a way of building a personality and becoming, whereas like
having a voice.
And improv isn't like who do you know that watches improv shows? It's so niche, and it's not.
I didn't even know there were any.
Exactly. So then
that was improv just then. No, it's not.
And the truth is, we're all doing improv every day.
That's kind of
improving life.
Yeah. Sounds like Chet, who dropped out of uni, was improving life
fully.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I liked it, because it's what it says is like to say yes, and it's so like, again, hopeful, and it's so like regenerative, and it's so lame and cringe.
Yes, and
classic.
it's never no end, is it?
Yeah,
that is like, hopeful. I've never even thought of that. That's That's deep, Chad.
And dude, it's why people who don't care about freaking going to the Oscars or being a comedian do improv. It's just a way of being and a way of thinking that, like, you know, it's why random people like can take a class and they don't have to do it again, but they might. It's just a way of like breaking down the barrier of like saying what you think or doing a silly, like, I just think that only ever makes people better. You know?
Unbelievable.
I feel like I forgot what I was saying.
Well, that's what you said. Something very deep.
Okay, that's
Cheddar,
good.
you I would call you a casual user of Letterboxd.
Yeah.
I just pulled a couple of your reviews here. And I want to see if you can remember what films they were for, because
This is awesome. Okay.
You have a real less is more approach.
Absolutely.
Which I kind of really appreciate.
If I can say, I came from never ever wanting to write anything, and then I was like, fear of being like, summing up what I think in words was like very terrifying to me, and all I would do is like enjoy you and other people's. My favorite thing to do is after watching a movie, go to Letterboxd and read what everyone's saying. You know, it's giving YouTube comments. You're laughing, you're crying, you're like learning about the movie more. But only recently I'm like, no, actually, I'm allowed to say what I feel.
Someone said the same thing to me, and then maybe I actually imparted that onto you. But someone did say to me, they're like, challenge yourself if you want to talk about films for a living, to have something succinct, not like, you know, a doctrine or something, but just even if it's a quip, something which is corny as it is, just like see what you can come up with, and it'll force you to analyze and then project.
Yes. Okay.
But here's one that you wrote. Do you know what this film is for? Loved it. So I went deep into
what a writer she is.
So you said second degree was journalism, or it was?
Okay, loved it. What did I love?
It was from 2024.
Was it? No. It's got to be. Fuck. My brain went to
You loved
Line,
it.
but it's not Line. It's got to be
not.
something more lighter. Is it a rom? Is it got any rom in it? Is it rom?
There's a bit of com.
Bit of com. Damn it, loved it. What did I love in 2024 that was a bit funny? Oh, was it is it that movie about money? Dumb Money?
No.
Okay.
It was Better Man.
And I did love it, and I stand by that. I loved it. That movie doesn't get enough respect,
Now,
but we don't need to go into it.
A shorter interview, a shorter review, if you can believe it. And I actually remember when this one popped up, and I was like, this rocks. Whoa. just, and that end quote, whoa. So I guess something that blew your mind or shocked you.
Okay. Whoa. This is recent, this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It wasn't Marty Supreme, right?
No.
Okay.
But it's nice to know that too, that also Whoa isn't just relegated to one film, that also Whoa could apply to Marty Supreme.
Was it like wait, I know, Bugonia.
Yeah,
because that was Whoa.
Was it the ending? Did that whoa you out? Were you like,
I didn't
whoa?
see it. I was like, whoa.
I didn't know what was going to happen.
I
till the
didn't
end.
know, and lots of people were saying they knew, and I was
didn't.
like, I
think
never
they
know.
lie.
That's crazy because I would expect you to know, but that makes me feel I'm in good company.
No, I think the film does such a good job of for and against.
So true.
You're like, yeah, she's one. No, she's not. No, he's crazy. No, I really love that movie.
I loved that movie.
Love seeing Stavros Halkias in a.
That was cool.
In a big screen, major film.
His character was like a good, like he was acting, like it was really.
And he was like creepy. He's like, he touched the guy when he was younger.
Totally.
Like, it was so fucking weird.
It was so, what a movie. I mean, on the whole, it was whoa, and then the ending.
Yeah. Well, and I got one more. This is a bit longer, so bear with me because I know we've been going fun and crazy.
Fun and crazy. Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
This is Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
The movie title is longer than the review. Yeah. And did you thought that was fun and crazy? We haven't spoken about this one.
I did.
Yeah, it was fun and crazy, wasn't it?
It really was fun. It was just kind of like, this is a fun and crazy movie for people who know and love these guys and this show that is awesome.
I think that's a movie that I'm going to be watching for the rest of my life.
Really?
I love those guys. I'm a huge
they're
fan
amazing.
of the show, but the movie exceeded Not that I didn't expect it to, but it is insane how good it is.
It's insane.
It's probably the most spoken about movie on this show.
Are you serious?
Everybody
Are you serious?
sings its praises. Yeah.
Sorry to indulge, but like, what is it? What was it about it?
I think that it's...
Do you think it can be for people who aren't fans? Or
Absolutely.
Is it,
I interviewed them last year for ABC when the movie came out, and they explicitly said that they think the movie functions better if you have not seen the show, because there's no real references, or there's none at all.
Yeah.
It's not very inside. I think it is just a very genuine portrayal. I think one of the reasons why it's great is a very genuine portrayal of friendship that's not cynical. There's some really beautiful parts where it's just there's that line that I'll always remember where it's you'll never realize you're getting old if you have a best friend, something like that.
That's
and I think
so beautiful.
And it was just like an off the cuff line that they kept in because the whole thing's improv. Whole film's improv. There's no script.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So there's like a real, and there's such a lazy way of putting it, but there's a real like the other thing that I think why this movie hits so well. There is like a jackass element.
Yes.
Where there is a basic outline, like a curb, and then the general public react to what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, and there's also, I guess, in that sense, like a magic to it. So I think that's why it works, because I listen to like every podcast Matt Johnson's on talking about it. I mean, I even spoke to him and asked him questions about it, but there is no script. There is not, and they just kind of react. So like an example is when in the film where Jay shoots somebody by accident.
Oh yeah.
And so they're on a street and there's like a press conference going on. So none of those people are actors. What happened was Drake's security guard got shot, and they heard about it because they were in a radio station at the time filming the scene where one of them is on radio giving an interview.
Yeah.
And they heard that come across like the news update and left and just went down there and like, okay, let's shoot you running away, and then we'll figure out what the plot will be in the movie, and then later figure out the shooting, the bit. So if you actually go on YouTube and watch the news report of Drake, you can see them in the background filming.
No, dude.
Yeah. So they would just kind of improvise literally the movie around things that would happen around them while trying not to spend money, I guess, because it's such a low budget film.
Yeah.
And I think there's that magic to it.
That's magic.
Yeah,
And
that's what I mean. That's why I think people love it, because you can tell. You're like, there is, from the opening moments, you're like, how did they do this? And
it's, oh my God.
They'll never tell, which is the best part too.
That's
We're in a world
so
where we know everything, where like
true.
featurettes are released before a movie comes out, being like, here's how we did the special effects.
So true.
Like I think there's just something old fashioned about not knowing what's real and what is real in that film.
Yes. Very what's that movie where it's like a horror movie in the bush, and it's
Wolf Creek?
No. The one where it's like paranormal vibes. I remember that movie.
Ooh.
And that's what made it so famous.
Paranormal Activity?
No. It's like that whole thing. It was like the beginning of those movies where they like...
Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I was like, the obsession with that was because it was like, is this real or not real? And that was part of it.
And they weren't actors. They weren't known people. There's no music. Yeah, that film, that film's like got a very special place in my heart still.
If I can go back to that, like that's what really excites me about like creative collaborators and partnerships of like, when you're talking about that, like that is magic. Like to me, like think about how like unique that is and it can't be replicated, and it can't be forced, and it can't be done. And it's a mix of chemistry, real. People, improv, planning, a good team. Like that's why it's so exciting that hits. And that's just what's amazing about it to me. I'm like, I absolutely love that. And it's amazing because it shows it's possible. It shows, Curb and all these things. It like shows this like risk taking, this art, whereas like scripted stuff is beautiful and perfect and amazing, but there's also this world where it's not, but it needs to be all the right sort of circumstances to make something so special. And that's so cool to hear people appreciate and love that, because it is magic.
It is magic.
100%.
Oh, I'm so... Hey, chat, maybe you've answered this, but what was the last movie that you watched that reminded you why you love movies?
Whoa. Okay. I mean... The Devil Wears Prada 2. No, I'm kidding. No, I would say no. It's really not.
We were at the gala red carpet event.
We were. What a fabulous night. Thank you. So you too. Is what I'm trying to say.
Very normal, but you looked fantastic. You're wearing a lovely dress.
Thank you so
I wasn't.
much.
Yeah.
That was more of it for me, of like having fun.
I came as a turtle. No, I was actually disguisey.
I will say that just because they were most recent and romantic, the before sunrise, before sunset. But actually, when I was thinking about this, I put in my mind, Marty Supreme. I just remember coming out of that being like, movies fucking rule.
Yeah.
I felt so invigorated, so inspired. It was my first movie seeing Timothy Chalamet, which is really late.
No, but that's what a way to start.
100%.
And I do think his best performance.
That's so
and I
cool.
love him, but that is the movie that I think will forever define him.
That's so cool because he was like Kylie Jenner's boyfriend to me first.
That's amazing.
And then seeing this, I was like, this is most, and you know how I knew it? Because I like immediately had to put the soundtrack on, and I just felt like, I was like, movie, like,
yeah, incredible movie.
And it also felt really in the world here to shout that movie out.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
the power that has.
It's a beautiful film.
It's a beautiful
I think it's
film.
my favorite film in one of my favorite films the last few years.
It was
easily, and Timmy's my guy. I can't wait to have him on.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so exciting.
It'll happen.
I know it will happen.
It'll happen.
I know, and I know this of like, you know, when you see two people together and you're like, oh, they would fuck with each other, like they would fully be friends. Like that's what's gonna happen for you.
Thanks
and
for that
you
improv.
will.
Thank you for that improv. That was. And Chet, I like to end most episodes by asking my esteemed guest if they had free reign over casting in the biopic of their life. Anyone, living or dead, who would play Concetta Caristo in the Concetta Caristo film?
A young Salma Hayek. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa, we were.
And she has to play it fully goofy, which she can.
She's good at goofy.
She's done it in 30 Rock. She's funny. No, do you know what I was thinking? But she's not an actress, but I love her. But what about Olivia Rodrigo?
Oh, I love that. Again, someone that
friend of the
you've
show.
rubbed shoulders with.
Rubbed shoulders with, yeah. I think this is a really hard question.
Maybe a musical if she. Well, you know, she could. You know,
that could be cool. I mean, I just think this is the toughest, hardest
what
question.
we can do is flip it. And who would you like to take on if someone said, Chat, we need you to play X as a part of their life, maybe the younger years, the older, anything. Is there someone that you would jump with, someone that you'd do straight away?
Who's a significant Italian Australian?
Vanessa Amorosi. Yeah, obviously.
I think I'd want to play her in her 30s
in a film called Absolutely brackets Everybody. The Vanessa Amorosi story. I see that. Netflix, get at us.
Yeah.
Let's aim a little higher, actually.
Come on. Why doesn't
Disney, come on, come at us. Let's talk.
That song, like, warrants a movie and a biopic.
I think so. I think it encapsulates a certain era, a certain part of Australian history that we were on top of the world. We had the Olympics.
Can I ask you, who would you say? Is that rude?
No, not at all. X once said that I reminded them of thin Jonah Hill. But I want Jonah to come at it at any size.
Jonah Hill's perfect.
Yeah, I took it as a compliment too.
It is a compliment.
Yeah, they were like, there's just something about it. I don't know what it was. But I was like, cool. I kind of see it a bit, but also not.
Yeah. I'm thinking Jonah Hill. He's the one that's in Moneyball. Right?
Yeah. Super
okay.
bad. Yeah.
What's the other guy?
In Moneyball, Brad Pitt, Joe Black.
No.
Michael Cera.
No. I mean, the one that he gets confused for all the time in the super bad movies.
Oh, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I feel like him in that TV show that he made all about movies.
Oh, The Studio.
He's dapper and fucking cool. Like,
you think I'm dapper?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in an offbeat, cool way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't come expecting all these compliments. You're like, you're going to chill with Timmy. You dress well.
Darling.
These are actually two things that are already true.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it was just nice to hear them again.
No, I'm happy to always give compliments. It's how I feel, and I love to share them.
I love your relationship with compliments, and in the time that I've known you, you've gotten a lot better at receiving them, and that's really nice to see.
That's actually so
because there was a
earnest.
period where
oh my god,
we are getting earnest, but there was a period where I would compliment you on maybe your clothes or something, and you would just tell me to stop because
I'd volley it back in the most aggressive way.
Nope, you don't mean it. Shut up. And I was like, look, that's definitely a her thing. It's not me.
Oh, it is a 100% me thing.
It's nice to see in the years I've known you. You just open arm accepting the compliments, receiving them.
It's true. And honestly, if we be honest, it is an honor. It was truly the development of some more self-love and some letting go of self-hatred.
Look at that.
And because I thought, what a sad world where like I give them so readily. I always see the best in people, and I can't do that for myself.
It seems
That's fucked up.
unfair. It seems like a deficit, a debt. You know what I mean?
It is
It
unfair.
should be equal.
And what's crazy is the only person who can like, I picture it as like one of those like those things that keep kids out, those little fences. The only person who can do that is me. I'm the only one that can take me out of the cage. Do you know what I mean? When you find out there was no lock, you just had to push open the door.
It reminds me the last line, final line of a, soon to be a 4-part movie series, but the final line of the final song the Beatles ever released is, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. And that's what it means about evening out. If you get a compliment, it's fine to give one.
Totally.
I think it is about balance.
I'm so glad you brought the Beatles up because I love them as well.
So do I.
But that's for another time.
That's for another show. A big Beatles head here.
Actually, for Zane Lowe.
Yeah, that's
who I talk about that with.
That's where Zane comes along. I can't compete with him.
You're not. You shouldn't. You don't want to.
Oh,
You're in
wow.
your own lane.
Oh, my own Zane lane. My lane low. Concetta, what would you like to plug? Anything? I mean, breakfast for a few weeks, I guess, but you're probably on autopilot. Maybe not that one.
Nah, don't be listening to Breakfast until it's my last show for sure on June 26th.
We'll all be in there clapping in the
Do
studio.
you think you'll come in? Because it
course.
feels like there hasn't been a last breakfast show since Ebony, which is 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, no, I'll be
Bryce's
there.
farewell was lunch.
I'll be there.
So I really hope people
That's
can
right.
crank the sort of alarm up a bit early just for one time.
We'll be there.
With coffee, strong coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I have truly nothing to plug, and it kind of feels both exciting and freeing.
No, I think that's great.
Yeah, just like, I don't know, just like check in
It
with
means
me.
you're comfortable.
I'm just figuring out the next state of play. I'm reading scripts. I'm going back to the stage, just you'll see me around. Yeah. Well, yeah, I told you I'm reading Bridesmaids. I'm reading
I thought you meant like, they're like, chat, we need you for the Master of Disguise daughter.
Yeah, wink,
Master
wink.
of She Skies. I don't know. Maybe we can develop that.
Yeah, I'd be bringing you in on that.
Oh, you'd have to. Or you'd have to.
I need to talk.
Or you'd be hearing from my lawyer.
To talk to a man about the female reboot of this movie.
It's going to heal the world. Vanessa Amorosi biopic can wait. We've got a Master of Lady Disguise.
As they say, big things coming. That's all I can. That's what I'll leave it on.
Looking on that note, it's been a pleasure having you, Concetta.
Love you. You're an amazing interviewer and an even more amazing friend.
Yeah, I can actually say the same.
Thank you.